Tape Tom, a Christmas tradition. It was Christmas Eve up at the North Pole. The elves were awfully busy. They were working so hard and all running around, which made them feel terribly dizzy. In the workshops there was a tremendous noise, whilst the elves made all the lovely toys. In the stables, as the time was getting near, a magical meal was prepared for the excited reindeer. But the busiest place where the elves were flapping was the place where the presents needed wrapping. The elves loved wrapping presents for Christmas Day, but one little elf got carried away. It was Sticky Tape Tom. He'd gone too far. He'd used too much tape on a little toy car. It was Sticky Tape Tom. He'd done it again. He'd used too much tape on a little toy train. It was Sticky Tape Tom. This just had to stop. He'd used all the tape on an orange lollipop. The boss elf had had enough and started to shout, "Stop him sticking and throw him out!" Poor Tom was sad as he sat in the snow. He had no one to help and nowhere to go. Suddenly, Tom jumped as he heard the elves shout hooray. It was Santa getting on to his magical sleigh. The presents were loaded into the sack when all of a sudden there was a horrible crack. The elves cried, "Ah, no! What shall we do? Santa's sleigh has snapped in two." It was a disaster, and the elves made such a fuss. There was nothing to do but to cancel Christmas. But then Sticky Tape Tom had a good idea. He fixed a sleigh with his tape, and the elves started to cheer. Christmas was saved, and the sleigh began to fly. Santa shouted, "Thank you, Tom!" as he flew up into the sky. Well, the presents were delivered. The children thought Christmas was great, and from that day on, Santa had a new mate. Sticky Tape Tom is now Santa's #1 engineer, and Tom fixes the sleigh with tape every year. But Sticky Tape Tom still likes to wrap a present or two. You never know if he has wrapped a present for you. So take a look in your Christmas stocking and you might just find a Sticky Tape Tom present that he's left behind.